Hey everybody, it's Taylor with Boydston Grove, and today we're going to show you how to make a set of cornhole boards. You're probably wondering where we got the name cornhole. Well, originally the bags that you toss through the hole were full of dried corn kernels. Nowadays they're usually full of synthetic beads or beans, and is also known as bags or bag toss. But cornhole was the original name, and that's what we're sticking with. To build the two frames, I'm using standard 2x4s. I decided to attach the tops to the frames with pocket holes to avoid having to screw into the tops. The dimensions of the tops should be 24 inches by 48 inches. To make it easy, I picked up a couple pieces of plywood that are already pre-cut and sold at these dimensions. The hole should be centered 6 inches down from the top of the board and should be 6 inches in diameter. I rounded one end of each of the legs so they will pivot properly. "12 to 13 inches is standard height for the back of the boards. I found that a 1-gallon paint can is almost the perfect height to get the measurements of the legs. Now, one of the key elements to your cornhole boards, other than the dimensions, are having a very nice smooth top. So before we put any decals or decorations or anything on this, we're going to make sure that we sand it really well. The American flag is pretty common on cornhole boards, but since Christina is Hungarian, we thought it would be fitting to put the American flag on one and the Hungarian flag on the other. We wanted to keep the white portions of the flag's natural wood. To do this for the stars on the American flag, I printed out a template that I found online onto some sticker paper. Then I cut out the stars with an X-Acto knife and used the sheets to determine the proper placement of the stars on the cornhole board. Once the painting was finished on both boards, Christina went ahead and put 4 coats of polyurethane on each of them, making sure to sand in between each coat. I used carriage bolts with lock nuts to attach the legs. I decided to put a brace between the legs. This is not necessary, but it'll give them a little bit more stability. Alright, now that both of our boards are finished, it's time for a little friendly competition. Representing the Hungarians, we have Christina. That's Christina with a K and a Z, because there's nothing like complicated spelling to intimidate your opponents. Representing the Americans, we have Taylor. He is full of tenacity and excitement, so it'll be extremely embarrassing if he loses tonight. Let's go to the field. Both teams are preparing. The Americans hit it off with a score immediately. The Hungarians seem to be protesting. Both teams seem to have hit a lull. The Hungarians are pulling out all stops, trying everything they can to get on the board. And they score! The Hungarians score! And they are really rubbing it in. They're not going to let the Americans forget this moment. The Americans answer right back, and they continue to score. The win goes to the Americans. Good night, everybody. All right, our cornhole boards are finished, and I'm really pleased with the way that they came out. The key to the finish here is to poly them and sand them in between each coat and do it multiple times. That way it will be nice and smooth, and if you let it cure out properly, it'll be nice and tough and withstand all those bags hitting it. I'm really glad that we left the white portions of each flag natural wood, because it really gives it a nice look to it. It just looks really cool. All in all, this was a fun project and gives us a nice yard game to play with the family. If you enjoyed this project, make sure to like it. If you want to see all our other projects, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And we would love to hear what you thought of this project in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. Be safe and have a great day.